Here I'm going to show you an understanding of ratios and how to achieve the batch mix you're looking for. First, understanding the ratios. This represents water, and that's SH, or bleach. Water has 0% SH. Bleach, we're going with 12.5% SH. You could use 10, you could use 7.5, whatever you happen to have. We'll assume you've got 12.5 going on. And what we're doing is we're going to affect the SH with the water. And so we're going to describe how much water that goes into the SH to make the difference. We're saying water and SH. Whatever order you say it in is going to be the same order as your ratio. So if I'm putting in 9 gallons of water and I say water to SH, then the 9 to 1, the 9 is going to represent what I said first, water. The 1 is going to represent what I said second, which is the SH. Don't say 9 to 1 is my SH to water ratio, where you just switch the words. The order of the words are just as important as the order of the numbers when you're explaining it to someone. If you're giving instructions, hey, go make a 9 to 1 batch of water and SH. If you said make a 1 to 9 ratio of water to SH, then they would have 9 gallons of SH, 1 gallon of water. So the order in which you say it and represent it is very important. You don't have to put water first, but I think it's a good idea. Most people do, and I think it's a good standard for the pressure washing industry to always refer to water first, SH second, but don't assume it. So if you have 9 gallons of water, 1 gallon of SH, 9 to 1 ratio, that is a 9 to 1 ratio. It's not a 10 to 1 ratio. It's a 9 to 1 ratio. A 10 to 1 would be 10 gallons of water to 1 gallon of SH. But 9 to 1 is a 9 to 1 ratio. In order to find out how many total gallons you have, in order to get your average, that's what we're doing, is we're averaging it out, is you have 9 gallons of water plus 1 gallon of SH. That's where you get your total of 10 gallons. 9 to 1 ratio, when you're referring to gallons, creates 10 gallons of a mix. So what percentage is your mix now? You started with 12.5% and you added 9 gallons of 0%. So what's your actual percentage of your mix? What you do is you take your 12.5%, divide it by 10, and that gives you 1.25 is your batch mix. We're finding the average, so it's taking 0 plus 0 plus 0, 9 zeros, plus one set of 12.5. 9 zeros plus 12.5 equals 12.5. What's the average? We've got 10 numbers here. 9 plus 1 is 10. So we're dividing the 12.5 by 10. You're averaging out all the zeros and the 12. That's how you end up with 1.25. Now, the next step. All right, I'm going to try to do this without shaking the camera too much. This was a little too much writing to put on a whiteboard. So unfortunately, you don't get to see my pretty face, but we'll go through this. Which ratio do I need to get a whatever desired percentage mix you're looking for? Let's say you're going to do a roof and you need to do a 5% batch mix on there. Your starting SH percentage must be based on a single gallon of SH. That's about the next video we'll go into. So let's say in the 1 gallon of SH you have 12.5% in that 1 gallon of SH, because we're going to find out what the ratio is going to be. Your target SH is what? It's 5%. So you divide 12.5 by 5, you end up with 2.5. So here's your gallons of water and bleach. This is, so you have 2.5 gallons comprised of both water and bleach. So we started off a single gallon of SH. So one of these 2.5 gallons is your SH. So when you take 1 away from 2.5, you end up with 1.5. 1.5 gallons of water to 1 gallon of SH. So it's a 1.5 to 1 ratio. Now, how many gallons do you need to put in? You got a 55-gallon drum, let's say. Just change this 55 if you got a 100-gallon drum or a 5-gallon bucket or whatever you have going on there. You can just change this number and it'll all adjust. I'll show you here. So let's say you have a 55-gallon drum, right? And how many gallons of water in SH? Once you have this, you've got everything else worked out. So gallons of water to SH, what is it? 2.5. There you go, 2.5. So when you take 55 and you divide it by 2.5, you come up with 22. That is your batch mix multiplier. How many gallons of water is in your ratio of 1.5 to 1? Well, 1.5 to 1. There's your ratio right there. Here's your multiplier, is 22. It's going to be the same for both of these. 1.5 times 22 is 33. So you're going to need a total of 33 gallons of water. 1 times 22 is 22. Now look, when you take these two numbers, 33 and 22 adds up to 55, which is what you're looking for out of there. That's how you find out how many gallons of water, how many gallons of SH you need in order to fill whatever container you're looking to fill. First, you have to figure out what your ratio is going to be. Well, first you have to find out how many combined gallons of water and SH you're going to have, and then from there, because you're working with a single gallon of SH, 1 gallon of SH left over is 1.5 gallons of water, so water to SH, 1.5 to 1 is your ratio. This is your ratio right here. And this is your ratio. And this becomes your ratio. You can simplify this by dividing each of these by 22, and you'll get 1.5 over 1. The ratio is 1.5 to 1. It can be 1.5 over 1, or it could be 1.5 to 1. Each of these is a different way of expressing the same ratio. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's say you did a house wash at 1.5%. You've got a 55-gallon drum that you made your batch mix in. You're down to about 20 gallons, but now you have a roof wash you're going to do, and it's going to be at 5%. So this is a little chart to help you be able to move your percentages up or down with an existing batch still in the container. So let's say you've got a 55-gallon drum container, and your desired mix, you're going to do a house wash, so you want it, or a roof wash, you want it at 5% SH. And so your SH aggregate, when we mix everything together there, you multiply 55 times 5, comes out to 275. Your current gallons in your 55 drum, 55-gallon drum is, let's say it's 20 gallons. And then you've got your batch mix, you're cleaning a house, it's at 1.5%. So what you do is you multiply, because we're averaging it out, each gallon has 1.5% in it, and we're going to add additional gallons of 12.5%. We're going to add additional gallons of water, which is 0%. So you got to be able to come to it to what is each gallon coming to. So in this case, we've got 20 gallons. You're going to average all these gallons out, the 55 in total. So you've got 20 gallons. Your current batch mix is at 1.5, so you multiply 20 times 1.5, which gives you 30. Now I've got a little math problem on either side. You have a 55-gallon container. You've got 20 gallons currently in it. How many more gallons do you need to fill it to the top? There is 35. 55 minus 25 is 35. Now, same thing you do with the bleach. you're going to need a total of 275 percentage. I'm not sure exactly how to express that. Amongst all your gallons there. You currently have 30 in there, so the difference between these two subtracted is 245. So that's what you're trying to hit, is at 245. So needed SH. Now you've got all your numbers, everything you need here. Needed SH is 245. Divide by your SH percentage from the manufacturer. In other words, these unopened containers, your raw SH, what's that coming in at that you're working with? That's, let's say it's 12.5%. Could be 10%, whatever. We'll say 12.5% for this purpose. So you do 245 divided by 12.5, and that gives you 19.6. Needed gallons. Here's your needed gallons right here. Everything that you're going to need has already been presented to you. You just got to arrange them here. Is 35. Needed, let's see, gallons of SH to add is going to be 19.6. I don't know how to pour out 0.6 of a gallon, so let's just round it up to 20. And then you're going to subtract, so of this 35 gallons, which is going to be water and bleach, 20 gallons of that is going to be bleach. So what's left is 15 gallons of water. So your current gallons that you had here is current gallons is 20. Gallons of SH to add happens to be another 20. 19.6, we'll do 20. Gallons of water to add is 15. Add these up, 0, 0, and 5, and then 2, 2, and 1 is 5. So 55, 55. So this kind of just checks your math to make sure you got everything correct. You should end up with the total number that you needed to start with. And so there you go. That's how you bring it up. You take your 55-gallon drum that's got 20 gallons of 1.5%. You add in 20 gallons at 12.5%, and then you just top it off. You don't really have to measure the last. When you add water at the end and you're topping off your container, you don't really need to measure out 15 gallons. You got 20 gallons in there originally. You added another 20 gallons worth of bleach. You're just going to top it off to the 55, so you don't really need to measure it. Just fill it up until it comes near the top, and you've got your 15 gallons. If you're off by a gallon or two, the percentage-wise isn't going to make that much of a difference. And so there you go. That's how you can adjust it. So that's what you have if you're going to increase your batch mix from 1.5 up to 5% in this case, and that's how you increase it. I'll show you how to decrease it next. All right, so now we're going to decrease it. Let's say you've got a 55-gallon drum here, and you want to put it at 1.5, but you've got a roof mix sitting in there at 5%. And you currently have, let's say, 10 gallons at 5%. So let's figure these out. 55 times 1.5 is 82.5. And then 10 times 5 is going to be 50. I don't need my calculator for that one. So the needed gallons, 55 gallons to top it off. You've already got 10 gallons in it, so obviously you have 45 gallons left that you need to fill in there. Here you've got 82.5. You're dealing with 50, so the difference between those two is going to be 32.5. Now, needed SH. Your needed SH. 32.5 divided by, you're working with 12.5% bleach there, so you divide 32.5 divided by 12.5, and you end up with 2.6. So needed gallons, here they are, is 45. Gallons of SH to add. Gallons of SH to add is 2.6. So let's do, in this case, let's just round it up to 3. Because your 12.5% has probably been sitting in your garage for a while. It's gone down. You're lucky if you got 9, but we'll just round that up to a 3. I can't even read that. There you go, to 3. So 45 minus 3 is 42. Current gallons. Here's your current gallons is 10. SH you're going to add is 3. The amount of water you're going to add, you're just going to top it off at this point. That's the easy part. You don't have to measure out 42 gallons. But when you add it up, 3 and 2 is 5. 4 and 1 is 5. 55. 55. There you go. That's how to decrease your percentage of bleach from 5% down to 1.5. Keep in mind, this 10 times that 5% came to 50. If you had 20 gallons in there, 20 times 5 would have been 100. You'd be over. You're just going to have to deal with either having a little hotter mix than you intended, or use it for a little bit to not put that full. Well, that's what's just sitting in there. Maybe you could pump it out into something else, lose a couple of those gallons. But 10 gallons is a lot to lose. You're just going to have a hotter mix till you do one side of a house. And then you can fill it up with water, and you can kind of cool it down as you go along. But you can also calculate, once you've done that, how many gallons down you are. And I recommend taking a stick. If you've got a 55-gallon drum, take a stick, fill it up with 5 gallons, notch the stick at that, stick the stick in there, take it out where that watermark is, put a little notch in there, maybe put a little screw in there, then fill up another 5 gallons, put the stick in, pull it out, notch so now you know where 5 is, now you know where 10 is, and do it in 5-gallon increments till you get to the 55 gallons. And you can certainly, if it's in between 2 of them, it's going to be an extra 2.5 gallons or so. But that'll give you a real good measurement of how many gallons you have in your container. So there it is. Easy. All right, we've got one more here. This should, if you haven't kind of caught on to the averaging idea, what's taking place, this kind of breaks it down really easily. So let's say you've got 3 gallons. This is averaging multiple batch mixes of differing percentages. So let's say you got a 3-gallon container, and it has in it 1%. 3 times 1 is 3. I have 2 gallons at, say, 5%. 2 times 5 is 10. You've got 4 more gallons that you found someplace, and it happens to have 2.5% in it, which 4 times 2.5 also is 10. So if the percentage idea is throwing you off, think of it as a bunch of sticks. You've got 3 sticks, each of which is 1 foot long. You've got 2 sticks, each of which are 5 feet long. You've got 4 sticks, each of which are 2.5 feet long. So what do? You do the 2.5 feet. How many total 2.5 feet do you have? Or you've got 4. But how long is that? You've got to add those all up, and then you divide it by the total number. So you're adding 4 times 2.5 feet is 10 feet. 2 times 5 feet is 10 feet, and 3 times 1 foot is 3 feet. So then you add up all the feet there. In this case, that's going to be 23 feet. And how many total sticks do you have? You have 9 sticks. So what you do then is you divide, to find the average, 23 feet of stick divided by 9 sticks means your average stick is 2.55 feet long. Whether you're doing percentages, whether you're doing feet, or 3 melons each weighs 1 pound, 2 melons each weigh 5 pounds, and so on, you're just finding the average of everything. So if you weren't understanding the basic concept there, I hope that helps. Maybe I should start with that. We'll see. All right. Sorry for the pixelation of the screen there, but that's the best we're going to get on this. All right, so this is something that makes life much easier. It's called Batch Mix Made Easy. This is creating a batch mix. You can change any blue number to meet your criteria. So let's say you've got a 55-gallon container and you have 12.5% and you want a 1.5% mix. That'll be 7 gallons of SH, 48 gallons of water. You don't have to measure out 48 gallons. You got a 55-gallon container. You put in the 7 gallons and you top it off, right? Keeps life easy. What if you want to do 5%? Let's put a 5%. Oh, there you go, 22 gallons of SH, 33 gallons of water. What if it's 10% that you're working with? There you go, 28 and 28. So down here, this is a batch mix conversion. So you've got everything in this turquoise is the same setup. Everything in the blue and the yellow is the same setup. This part right here, and whatever color that happens to be, is I think it's kind of a very light green, is the added part. This is current gallons in your batch mix. Let's say you've got 5 gallons in there at 1.5%, and now you're going to do a roof wash. You've got a big old roof. You're going to fill this up. Let's say you're going to put in, maybe you got a 36-gallon container there. There you go. At 10%, you want a 5% mix, and you already have 5 gallons in there at 1.5, so this is what you need to put in. You put in 17 gallons of SH, 14 gallons of water. Oh, wait, no, we're going to put that in that 13 gallon container we got from North Star there. There we go. Oh, that's what we need. We've got 5 gallons in there at 1.5. So now we need 2 more gallons of water and 6 gallons of SH. So however you want to manipulate these blue numbers, whatever fits for your criteria, put it together, and then you get the answers right here in the blue and the yellow. Blue for water, yellow for bleach. There you go. How clever. So all the forms that I put together, you can have, and this little Excel spreadsheet file you can also have. You can either make this yourself. It didn't take me too long to make it. It's pretty easy. And have you seen all the files there? You can put those sheets of paper. You can put that all together for you. But if you say, you know what, Matt, that is a lot of work. I don't want to do it. You've already done it. How about I give you $5 and you send it to me? Sure. Yeah, I was going to do it for like $1, but I do it for free. Why? Just figure it out yourself. There it is, If I'm going to go through the trouble of answering emails and sending stuff out, I'm going to get something off. If $1 isn't worth it, figure $5 cheap enough, but it might make it worth my while for doing it. Anyway, you have all this information. You can either do it yourself, or if you say it's too much bother to do it myself when I can just get it for $5, so I'll send Matt $5. Venmo me $5. You send it at ROI Pressure Washing. That's at ROI Pressure Washing through Venmo. And then send me an email and say, hey, Matt, I just sent you $5. Send me the stuff, and I will email it to you. Hope it helps, and good luck to you.